All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walk. We're expecting an all-out offensive display. Quick punch scores. He threw a punch and just got countered. They exchange punches. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked out. And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
Can you imagine walking into this town, walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name? You can't even hear your cornerman whispering in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be...
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Sergio Martinez is dazed. Down goes Sergio Martinez. Wow, that impact was incredible. Let's take another look at it.
Shot from the guards, they say. 1, 2, 3, 4.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
He's got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes in close, tie him up. The referee's then got to power you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in a round.
Sergio Martinez is rocked. The Argentine Martinez is down. I don't care how good your chin is. A punch like that, and you're going down.
I need to see that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your ball.
Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. The corner There's the bell to start round 2. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Catch and shoot. The courage on display here is incredible. Straight right just misses. This fighter focuses on that outside game. You don't see them get hit too often. You don't see them in trouble a lot, but that's what their mantra is.
If you want to corner an outside fighter, make them fight off the rope because they don't want to do that. They don't want to stand still. They want to move left to right. Pin him down. Throw a blanket on him.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. The straight right just misses. The straight right just misses. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around? On to the third. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter focuses on those long, straight punches, staying on the outside, and winning round after round.
If you're an outside fighter, you've got to use that straight jab, the straight right hands, the straight left hands. Doing it that way, it makes it so awkward for anybody to try and pin you down or even predict which way you're moving.
You'd like to see more jabs. Unlucky to miss with that jab. Those counter punches have to hurt. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Good counter punching. Men step back for just a moment. Nice counter shot. Neither fighter willing to slow down. That counter punch caught him clean. Martinez in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough. On to the fourth we go. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
The jab slightly off target. Just misses with that jab. You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger.
No rest for the weary. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. He is down big time on the score. On to the fifth we go. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Good counter punching. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That jab won't score. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Can't find a home for that jab. No rest for the weary. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow.
And there's the bell to start round 6. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
The straight right just misses. Straight right just misses. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Stamina is off the charts. Beautiful counter punch. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. That jab won't score. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That jab doesn't score. Nice counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Leonard in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out. As this And there's the bell for round 7. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Left uppercut doesn't score. The straight right just misses. And the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've got in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
The straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Sugar Ray in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
It's when you...
Round 8, and we're off again. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me, personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
His stamina is off the charts. Martinez forced to step back. He's on wobbly legs. How did they not go down?
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who. There's the bell to start round 9. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an early night? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket them.
A lot of effort being exerted here. His stamina is off the charts. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Punch scores. Good defense with that left jab. Incredible work rate. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Leonard in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work. And there's the bell for round 10. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
That counter shot lands. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
They need to be careful and punch themselves out here. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? That jab doesn't find a home. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sugar Ray in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight?
Let's go out there and get the boxing back.
And there's the bell for round 11. That 1 minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
An amazing pace and tempo.
That punch to the head looked so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate it.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are you all right?
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Pretty good start the first half of this round.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Martinez in that last round. A borderline on to the 12th. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs would feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Well done with that counter shot. The straight right just misses. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Nice counter shot. Beautiful counter punch. Oh, and that one really got Martinez good. How is this fight still continuing?
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, it's go back to the drawing board time.